Hello dear students of class 7, and as we were having a discussion and a revision part for the topic wastewater management, so we will continue with that discussion, and I hopefully you are getting the importance of what is importance of wastewater management and why it is important for you to know how to manage wastewater. Now, as I have already discussed with you about the last topic, that is why the importance of drainage and sanitation is very important. So now we will be having a discussion about the flood water. That is, like, suppose you have seen in your locality also, most of you must have seen that when there is a heavy downpour, then what happens, the drains get clogged, because we human beings are more responsible for that, because we actually have a habit of throwing the plastic packets, which are like the chips, the packets which we get from the chips, or the biscuit packets where we get it. So we just have the habit of throwing it wherever it is possible, whereas in our home we do have the concern that yes, we should not use it in that manner, we should throw it in the dustbin. But when we are out on the roads and all, and are moving by the vehicles, then what we have the habit of throwing the used packets from after taking chips or biscuits, or even the chana churs which you take. So we do it we throw the packets out in the open. So that what happens, it either the wind or somehow it gets inside the drains. Then what happens, it clogs the drain, it blocks it. So when there is a heavy downpour, then what happens, the roads are being flooded, and then the flood water or the drain water that gets accumulated through the rainfall gets accumulated, and it overflows and then comes out and fills up the road. So when it rains heavily, then because when it rains heavily, a very large amount of water gets accumulated and it comes down in a very short time. So when there is a very heavy storm and there is no proper drainage, or we block the drains here and through our own improper activities, then what happens, this water gets overflowed, and then the streets and the roads are being flooded. So that actually what happens is that this is dangerous for the public health and property as well. And because like when you are because you have to come out for your work, like you have to come out to attend your school, you have to come out to attend to your family gatherings, or for your parents have to go out for their official purpose or for the business purpose. So you have to come out. Now everybody cannot afford a vehicle. So when they cannot afford a vehicle, because you cannot take the two-wheelers also, then you have to communicate by your you have to walk. So naturally, when you are walking through that overflowed water which comes out from the drain, that is actually not proper water, it is quite dirty. So when you are walking through that dirty water, actually you are creating problems for your skin. So it might hamper your skin as well, and it might also there might be lots of flies or insects which might bite the person who is walking through that dirty water. So the sanitation system also, it can it will overflow, and then during the flood. So there is a risk of flood water which will contaminate our drinking water also, because what happens, this flood water will sweep under the ground, and then it will get mixed up with the groundwater, and then this groundwater we actually consume for our drinking purpose. So that is why this sipping of the flood water inside the ground, and then accumulation of the water getting collected over the streets and the roads, is a very dangerous thing for the human health and also for their property, because this because as the water gets into, means if there is a heavy flow, then the water gets accumulated and it gets inside the houses of the people, so that property will be destroyed, right? So this situation, they cause a major health risks, and as the excreta of the even of animals or of human beings will flow onto the surface. So that is why generally after the flood there is generally the epidemic of cholera is spreads out everywhere, and that is why it is because of cholera, jaundice, these are all waterborne diseases. So that is why you should be concerned that the water should actually not hamper the health of the human people, so that human beings, so or the animals even, because these living organisms need to be safe with pure water. So that is why the water which gets collected, it also hampers the human beings, and that is why there must be proper sanitation on the drainage system. And normally what happens, the disposal of the domestic sewage is separated from the storm sewage by separate pipe network. Now if you observe properly, whenever the flood water gets collected and then it dries up, you will see lots of wafers and all, and the waste products, and then even the dirt which comes out from the drains, they get collected, and then they get collected over the roads and all, because it becomes very dirty. So imagine how when you are touching that water through your feet even, it will really hamper your skin, and also it will create health hazard for our purpose. So that is why this separate pipe network for the storm sewage or from the domestic sewage is being separated. And then what happens, this arrangement is actually effective generally because of one thing, because the amount of storm water can be large, and then it cannot be properly treated in the treatment plant. Okay, the sewage system. Now we come to the next topic of discussion, that is the sewage system. Now what is sewage system? Now sewage system is the system which actually, it consists of a network of underground pipes that transfer the sewage from the point where it is produced to the where it is produced and to the point where it is to be treated, so that it can be properly disposed of. So I hope you have understand what is sewage system. That means it is actually it is a network. It is a network where you are actually treating the sewage from where it is being produced. Suppose it is being produced at your home, and then it is being collected to a sewage system plant where it is to be treated and disposed of. So that network of underground pipes is known as the sewage system. And as I told you, that the sewage system is very, very important, because that way you can actually, as I told you, like the domestic sewage or the storm sewage has to be separated out, so that because actually the storm sewage are large enough, so it has to be treated in a different way, and it has to be disposed of in a proper way, so that it does not in fact create havoc for the public property or to the health of the people. So that is why the sewage system is very important. And this sewage system generally from the houses, they flows through cast iron or polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC. PVC means it's it's made of plastic, which is more durable, and it does not get rusted. So like PVC flooring also we have, where the floors are being covered with a sheet of smooth sheet, which is not exactly plastic, but it looks like that, and that is known as polyvinyl chloride. So these polyvinyl chloride pipes are being used, which is about 8 to 10 centimeter in diameter, and they are connected to the sewer mains, right? So after that they consist of a large pipes which is laid down below the ground, and when it is laid down below the ground, it takes the sewage to the wastewater treatment plant, and there it is being treated. The sewage is being treated and disposed of in a proper way. So I end my class over here, and then you please go through the video, and of course if you have any doubt, you are most welcome to clear it out in your Zoom class. Thank you very much, and